All right, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? It's yours truly, Dave the DJ. You are rocking with Metamorphosis, the power to change, and we are here live. Well, you know we're not live, we recorded, but we are on site.
They don't have to know that, though. They didn't have to know. We live right now.
We live?
Listen, when they hear it a year from now, they'll still know we live.
It's going to be live. But where are we, ladies and gentlemen? That's right, we are here on site at the eComplex with my main man, Mr. David Shands.
Hey.
Come on.
And I'm here with my main man, David Shands. You thought she was about to get in.
I thought you were going to say David. Settle, but I see you right now.
Hey, man, they ain't have to know my last name, though, man.
That's okay. Oh, can we cut that out?
I think they know by now, though.
Okay, cool.
We got my
Dixon's in
homie.
the building now.
That's right. My chauffeur for the day, the shooter.
Absolutely.
Mr. Brandon, who couldn't quite find the time to take me out to lunch.
That's right.
But it's all good.
No. Well, it's always time. You just won't catch that flight back. It'll be okay.
It's all good. That means you got to bring me back out. That's what that means.
Oh, for sure.
Praise God.
Oh, yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so excited to be here today. Dave, for the one or two people who may not know who you are on this planet.
In this room?
Yeah. Why don't you give us the David Shands in like 60 seconds or less, which I'm pretty sure is kind of impossible because you do like 1,000,001 things, but go for it.
Oh, no, I'm an entrepreneur. I used to work at the Cheesecake Factory.
Cheesecake Factory?
No, started a clothing brand that allowed me to quit my job, and I went full-time with the clothing brand, and I started teaching people how I went from my job to my dream, then wrote a book about it, and then I started hanging out with Brandon, and blew up.
Man.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. You know what I'm saying? I was working, at Burger King, for years, struggling. Then I finally, got to the next level.
Fries.
From the grill.
I came from fries. Went from fries. Actually, I got upgraded to salads. You know what I'm saying?
Why you leave?
Burger King salads.
You left that for
another level.
You left all of that
it's
for
another
this?
level. That's the problem. Y'all out here doing podcasts. Y'all don't understand what the level is. It's levels to this.
No doubt.
It's levels to it.
BK. Well, Brandon, man, tell me exactly what you do, man. Why was it so important for Dave to bring you on board, man?
Actually, it was real important for me to be on board with the Sleepers for Suckers movement. I'm a videographer, and I teamed up with Dave, man, and we just been making history ever since. We started a coaching program. We got an eComplex now. We got a studio, so he literally changed my life.
Man, absolutely, man. I'm sure there's many, many more who would testify that you are changing lives all over the world. If nothing else, let's just talk about the book for a little bit, because the book, such an amazing read.
I'm sorry, hold on, because we got contractors right here, right now. Hold
right
on,
now.
It's right there. Hey, just right there.
We're going to come right back. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we are live at the eComplex. So if you hear some drills, if you hear some hammers, y'all know we out here working. We don't sleep, right?
Yo, and first off, my man David flew from Texas to Atlanta to get our audio together, to hang the speakers, provide all inspiration and encouragement, because he's a big deal.
I don't know about all that, man. You know, I'm just excited to be here. Being around greatness hopefully will propel me to be great. You know what I'm saying? But why was it so important to fly your boy out all the way from H-Town to Atlanta, man?
Yo, you don't know what you don't know. And if you really want something right, you got to find somebody that knows what they know, right? Like, we ain't know what we ain't know. We probably come up here and hung some. Well, I don't know what we'd have done.
Yeah,
I can tell you what they were suggesting, though. I can tell you some of the suggestions that I got. The many suggestions I had to bat down and decline. And
please
be like,
don't let them know.
First off, it was great ideas. First off, okay?
I really think we're going to
hang the speakers upside down, because that'll give it
because the way the sound works,
yeah.
the waves.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
It's all about the sound waves. All right.
So, but yeah, man, let's talk about the book real quick. The reason why I want to talk about the book, it's one of those things. I copped it in L.A. right after Stay Ready, and literally on the flight from L.A. back to Houston, cover to cover. Like, it was such an easy read, so fluid. I pulled so many nuggets from it. Man, how did that book come to be? Like, what was the inspiration behind the book? Why did you feel the need to write the book? And what's that all about?
Well, I'm glad you asked, man. I really helped him write it. You know
I can't see what I'm saying.
I actually forwarded the book,
and I want. You know what? I was like, me and Brandon could probably do a podcast together. But he just,
if you
I don't know.
You see where it say like Eric Thomas? If you look underneath that, You got Brandon Dixon. You got to look at it.
You got to have a magnifying glass.
Buy the book. Go to dreamsarebuiltovernight.com. You'll see it.
No, your name was written in white on the white background.
Absolutely.
I got you. So anyway, Dave.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Thank you, Brandon. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
No, but I was able to leave the Cheesecake Factory and start this business. Then I opened a kiosk, then opened another kiosk, then I opened a store. And people kept asking me, how can I start my business? How can I get my business to the next level? And I couldn't tell one person at a time, right? You couldn't teach one person at a time. So Eric Thomas, I remember E.T., the hip hop preacher, man. Shouts out to my boy E.T. Shouts out to CJ, who was my coach. He helped refine my style, and really, I owe everything in my speaking career to CJ. But I met E, man, one dopest speaker in the world, super inspired by him, got to sit under his feet and watch him. But he said, you need to write a book. I was like, I don't know how to write a book. He's like, shoot, me neither. I said, well, where do I start? He said, the beginning. I said, genius.
You're right.
No, I was really struggling because, he told me, and then, we went, I think maybe like a week and a half later, I called him like, yo, E, man, I'm having a hard time. Like, where do I start? He said, the beginning. And a light bulb went off.
It's amazing how the light bulbs go off at the simplest things. But you got to be paying attention, though.
For sure.
Or else that light bulb not going to go off.
Right.
Yeah.
Had you not been paying attention to see when he was talking about it, this book probably would have never came to fruition.
Right. And my beginning, it wasn't necessarily, like when I was a little kid, but the beginning in terms of what happened when my mindset changed, when I said, you know what, I'm going to make a difference, not to leave I'm going to make a decision not to leave my job, but to be a better person, to learn certain skills. Right. So what happened between the day where I don't like coming to work, it's a dead-end job, I'm looking for another job, and the next day where a light bulb went off and I said, you know what, I'm not going to be here forever. So, bunch of jewels in it too.
Man, so many jewels. I literally, like, if you looked at my phone, I'm not ignoring you, Dave. I'm like, I took notes.
Oh, wow.
Like, no joke. I literally took notes.
That's crazy.
And I was studying. I'm not going to go into all that right now, but what I will say is we talk a lot on the podcast about the difference between like an entrepreneur's mindset and like just a regular old employee or a hustler's mindset. And that's what I think I pull most out of the book, because even before you launched your first business, you were already operating like an entrepreneur at the Cheesecake Factory. Like, you were learning sales experience. You said each customer, you would use it as a learning opportunity. Can you elaborate a little bit about that, man? Why is it important to have, like an entrepreneur's mindset even before you become an entrepreneur per se?
Oh, absolutely. One thing I do know is if you don't appreciate where you are, you'll never get to where you want to go. You know what I mean? So the moment I started to appreciate my job and start to look around at all these opportunities, like I get a chance to upsell people from getting water
one
to
of my
strawberry
favorite
lemonade.
words.
Yo, my one of my biggest challenges is like, how can I get them to get dessert at the end of the night? Right?
Yeah.
I mean, how do you get somebody to say, at first I don't want it.
That's not a hard challenge if you got me as your patron. I'm just FYI. I'm
Yo,
getting chocolate
you gonna
cake
eat
every
you gonna
time.
eat good.
Yo, but here's what I realized, especially about entrepreneurship. People want what you're offering.
Yeah.
But like, you might say, no, I'm on a diet. And I'm saying, are you sure you don't want a cheesecake? You're like, nah, I'm on a diet, right? And some people might leave it there. But my goal was to get you what you want in spite of what you're telling me.
Wow.
Right? That was my goal. So I'm like, if I can't sell a $7 cheesecake, I'm not going to be able to sell a $25 t-shirt. I'm not going to be able to sell a $100 coaching program. I'm not going to be able to sell myself on getting paid $1,500, $2,000 to speak. So it all started with
other level
cheesecake.
Stuff.
Exactly. That's the levels I was talking about.
We was talking about that earlier too, man, because we convince people to purchase beyond their budgets every day in the wedding industry.
Yeah.
When was the last time you met a bride who stayed within budget?
They don't have
Yeah, they got quiet. They got quiet on me.
They always go on. They always go on.
When was the last time you stayed in budget with the eComplex?
Oh, man.
So
What is an
we're
in budget?
doing it right
That's French, in budget.
In budget. No, budgets are out of the ordinary.
But you
man.
know what? It's so dope, though, Dave, what you do. You have to sell them on what they really want. So a bride might say, I only have X amount of dollars. And some people might say, well, you're a good person if you help them stay within their budget. But you're trying to convince them to spend like an extra $200, $300, $400 for an experience that's going to last them for the rest of their life.
Because I know what they want. And I know what they need.
Exactly.
And oftentimes, it goes beyond their budget. And, one of the tactics we use all the time, it's like, think of something that you recently purchased that was above your budget, whether it be your engagement ring or a big screen TV.
That happened today. We were supposed to be a budget with these studio lights, weren't we?
More careful.
It's not the last time. It's not the first time, so why don't you go ahead and pull out daddy's credit card and just
you only
spend
live
extra.
once. Just YOLO. YOLO everything.
Man, well, tell me about the eComplex, man, because y'all been rocking this hard. I've been watching you on Instagram. You got the launch coming up in a few days. We're all super, super excited. But what's all the hype about, man? What's going to be happening here at the eComplex?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, because there is no place for entrepreneurs to. It's not going to say it's no place like home.
It right? Did kind of sound like you click your heels
there's
together.
There's nowhere where entrepreneurs need a place to go. They need to go to a creative space where they can be themselves and be around like-minded people. So not only are there like photography studios, we're talking about podcasts. So if you have a small business and you're an entrepreneur, the entrepreneurship complex is where you need to be. It's in the name.
Right? what I got from it, and I don't know if this was your goal, but I kind of saw it. Back in the day, and it's still to this day, you go to a certain hood and you see like a rec center. Mm-hmm. You go there, you can go hoop, you can go play basketball or whatever, like a community center, but it was always centered around sports.
Exactly.
But you rarely ever see like a rec center centered around things like entrepreneurship, personal development, or even like other types of things. And I honestly think the need for this is so great because it's stuff that they're not teaching in school.
So like imagine this. Let's say you have you got a wedding brand, right? So it's not too many people who you can call to like bounce ideas off of, right?
Right.
But if you need a place, you just come to the entrepreneurship complex and there'll be people there. We're talking about they're on their laptops, they're already working, just other creative, just other like-minded people.
Absolutely, man. And in launch, when's the big day?
It's actually coming up. No, it's not coming soon. This Sunday.
Sooner than soon.
We got work to do, ladies and gentlemen.
December 17th. This Sunday, December 17th, right? 8 o'clock. Scratch that. December 17th, 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
Is anybody editing? We need an editor. All right. December 17th.
Are you signing up?
Right.
December 17th, 6 p.m. Be at the eComplex. It's in Chamblee, Georgia, 3400 Hospital Avenue.
West Hospital.
Praise God.
Don't forget the West.
Hey,
3400 West Hospital Avenue.
Yo.
Chamblee, Georgia.
Like
check us
mud
out.
and paint and all that kind of stuff in here right now, so we a little delirious now.
Yeah, we kind of are.
It is going
all
down.
These.
Like, we got like 4 or 5 days left, and this is to the wire. Yo, we were supposed to open October 1st.
That's what I wanted to ask you, man. What were some of the obstacles and delays? Because for instance, a guy like yourself, we know how hard you work. We know how committed you are to deadlines and goals. I've seen you speak, and you put money on it. And when I heard that it was supposed to open in October, and here we are in December, I was like, man, what's good? Like, what's going on? So tell me a little bit about some of those challenges and how you overcame them.
All right, so this is really, really good. This is really good. I just had a revelation. So there's a difference, obviously, between an employee and an entrepreneur, right? Obviously. An entrepreneur just goes to get it done, right? You might be a photographer, a DJ, somebody that goes out and makes money with their hands. They go out and make the money, right? If I got a book, I can go out and make the money. But there's a difference between an entrepreneur and a business owner. A business owner, it's not all about like his ability or her ability, right? You have to rely on other people to do stuff. So as a business owner, you have to make sure other people do their job. As an entrepreneur, it's all good. Like if I'm gonna make some t-shirts, I'll make them, sell them. It's all dependent upon me. But when you have to like manage a business, that's a whole nother skill set, whole nother level.
Totally.
So it's not, the contractors, we got to make sure we find the contractors. We got to make sure we're inspiring and motivating them to hit their deadlines. And sometimes we just weren't good at inspiring and motivating them to hit their deadlines.
Like money wasn't enough.
Man, like yo, it was.
Come
it was it's a real process, man. And that's why we set the date. We're like, yo, we entrepreneurs, we can make it happen, but we gotta work with the city, we gotta work with the contractors, we gotta work with the other city, the county, the city, the people in the offices that be having little attitudes.
And not everybody's playing fair.
Little attitudes.
Not everybody's playing fair.
It's crazy, man. You think that when you're coming out here trying to do good in the community, you think that everybody would just automatically jump on board, man. But that resistance is real.
Yep.
That resistance is real. But it's still, nonetheless, it didn't stop you. You didn't let it cause you guys to fold or quit.
Actually, I'm really, really excited that we tried to open October 1st, and we're not open until December 17th, because for 2018, that gives us more of a story.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like if it worked out the way it was supposed to work out, then I have very little to teach, or I have very little to inspire people by, right? So like, there was thousands of dollars between October 1st and now, thousands of dollars,
multiple
right?
Zeros.
So
multiple zeros.
We lost
Comma.
right there, right? But you can't teach if you don't lose.
No,
so
you really can't.
That's part of the 2018 story.
You can't teach if you don't lose. You got to lose to win, as Fantasia would say. Man, tell me this right now. You know what? This podcast was actually inspired by one of your philosophies, one of your principles, straight out of the book. It came from the free lunch philosophy, right? So tell me a little bit about the free lunch philosophy, and then I'll tell you how I built this podcast based on that principle.
For one, I got sick of people saying, "Hey, Dave, can I pick your brain?" Right? And I'm like, yo, first off, that's really, really selfish, because you don't want to give me anything. You want me to like let you pick at my brain, and I sit down with you, spend an hour out of my life, and give you information that that took me a long time to get, right? But I said, you know what would be so simple and I'd be more receptive if somebody was just like ready to feed me, because I'm fat on the inside, super fat on the inside. So, and I'm like, yo, one time I talked to one of my friends, and like, hey, Dave, I need your help, da-da-da-da. And I was like, yo, we can sit down and go to lunch. I was like, jokingly, like, yo, you got to pay for it, though. The girl got such an attitude. Oh, you Hollywood now. I got to pay you.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
I paid for this information. What do you mean?
Exactly.
Like, just going back over my life. Like, I would add value. You might not have paid
for it physically, but you might have took a loss.
Sure.
Come on, like this knowledge, this experience, this wisdom didn't just come, innately by osmosis. It things happened. There was pain, pressure, and you want me to just give it away?
And people don't value what they don't pay for. I don't care if it's a little something. You got to have some. And I was wondering. Here's the crazy part. People, like, I was doing these little sit downs and pick your brain sessions, and people sit down with me, and I give them everything I got, and they'll leave, right? But then I started telling people to take me to lunch.
Come on.
When they had to make an investment, then they started bringing a notebook.
Ah.
The only reason people weren't bringing a notebook and taking the notes before, because they had to pay for it. But if they got to pay for at least the lunch, they're like, ooh, let me not lose this information.
Come on. Yep. This finna be some. They probably pulled out the recorder on them boys.
What?
Took the iPhone out, hit record.
Asking people like, yo, can you like have their cell phone? Like, yo, just talking to this right quick.
Yeah, man. Yo, but no, the free lunch joint is real, because we started the podcast after I wrote my book. And I was like, man, I want to meet a lot of famous people like David Shands. And so I was like, let me start a podcast. And we hit a radio show, got a lot of listeners. And now I get to go up to famous people and popular business people that I want to steal information from. And I'll be like, yo, why don't you come on my show and let me interview you for an hour? So that's how we got Dave on the show.
So this your free lunch right here. This your free lunch.
I got something to give. We got an audience out there. And I'm like, yo, let me pick your brain.
Right.
No doubt. He said, yo, listen, I'll hang these speakers for you, okay?
Come on.
Right.
Look, and just like put it in there. Had all his equipment and everything. Like, by the way.
By the way, before we go, I have a flight in about an hour. You got about 30 minutes.
We got time.
Yo, I asked E for 15 minutes. It turned into an hour. Well, Carl was on there too, though. You know what I'm saying? So we was going hard.
Carl brilliant too. Carl brilliant.
Mr. Do It All. Mr. Do It All. Tell me this, man, because we talk a lot. We hear E talk about it a lot as well, about your why, right? And we talked about that, about Houston and then winning the World Series, how Harvey kind of propelled them forward. It gave them a reason beyond talent to kind of bring home that World Series. And there's so many other stories about people who have like a strong why that propel them to success. In your book, you talk about getting your mom's a car. I want to know, did you ever get that car?
I didn't get the car. But I started paying a bill every year for like the last 3 or 4 years. And a few weeks ago, I went from my one bedroom to a house, and I moved my mom in.
Come on.
So at least I got that rent covered.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying
Yeah.
I'd take the house over the car
Right.
in a heartbeat.
Oh, for sure. But hey, listen.
No
this is probably gonna last about 12 months. Okay. 'Cause
Yeah.
my mom is extra. Okay, I love her, but she be extra.
You're doing too much.
Oh,
You're doing too much.
for sure. But I'm super excited. I got it. She made me breakfast this morning, so praise God.
Look at that.
But
told
you
you
know,
it's the benefits.
in about 12 months, I'll leave, and I'll still pay the rent, and then next thing is the car. So it's just progression, man.
Yeah, man, it gives you an extra reason to like actually wake up in the morning and go hard, fight for it. Another reason why not to quit. When you encounter that resistance from people with the little attitudes,
Right.
you know what I'm saying. So,
So what's your why, DJ Dave? I hate to be the interviewer. Let me go ahead and start interviewing. What's your why? Let's bring it on back.
as most of our listeners know, I got 4 kids,
4.
all
That's
under
H-Town.
9.
4.
A wife of 10 years. Yeah. No, it's not just H-Town. Once you go past 3 or 4 kids, it's no longer 4. It's 4. Like when you talking about your kids, it's 4 kids. So we got 4 9-year-old,
Okay.
got 5-year-old, 2 twins. So I can't sleep, man. I can't. That's what'll cause me to get up at 2:00 in the morning and fly to Atlanta
Let's go.
to hang out with the coolest speaker and the dopest videographer on the planet.
Hey.
And so, but before we bounce, because I got to get to this airport, and I'm just dying to check out Ludacris's restaurant inside the airport. Yeah, man. I want to know about sleepless nights, man. Can you tell the good people out there about what sleepless nights is?
I think it's a lot of people who are just stuck. I was in Publix the other day. I had on like Eric Thomas's hoodie, and of course,
Like his hoodie, like he gave you the hoodie.
somewhat. I kind of stole it. That's neither here nor there. Anyway, so no, I was in Publix. She seen I had on like the grind gear, and she was like, "Oh, that's Eric Thomas' hoodie." I was like, "Yeah, sure." Have you been to his conference? She was like, "No." I was like, "Well, I know the speaker who speaks with him." And she was like, "Oh, really?" I was like, "Yeah, his name is David Shands. He has a brand called Sleep Suckers. Have you heard of it?" She was like, "No." I'm like, "Oh, Shands, you ain't out here living the dream." I thought you was out here living.
Hey, why
All
you
right.
playing though? Grant Cardone, he says the reason why he works so hard, or he says he's gonna keep grinding until he no longer has to introduce himself. Like, no joke. You keep grinding, keep going hard until you no longer have to introduce. You walk into a space and they're like, Shands!
Let's
I
go.
don't even want that. Like,
But keep
just,
looking.
give me the bag.
No, it's just that everybody just don't. So I went and asked her like what she wanted to do, and she said she wanted to make like organic foods, and I think she had just got laid off, but she wasn't really intrigued when it comes to like coaching and things like that. So I just know it's so many people. We only have 100-something people in this coaching program,
Including like one of the coolest DJs on the planet.
including.
Cool.
I'm just saying, I just
DJ Dave.
I could not wait any longer. I signed up matter of fact, it was just a month ago.
Yeah.
It seemed like it's been forever. All the content, the information I've been getting, I'm like, I can't keep up.
Yeah,
but no, it's like so
Well,
powerful.
No, I'm saying you gotta think about when you're in school and you have a teacher to help you pass the class.
Yeah.
Right. So then you go to college, you get a professor to help you pass college, right, and graduate. But then you don't have no type of like coach for life. Whenever you're trying to have your business together, and you're just trying to start a business just out willy nilly. You want to do stuff in life, but you don't have a direction to go in.
Right.
You don't have it, like nobody's telling you where to go and how to do it. We're just out here confused, and we just keep bumping our head when we have somebody who can just.
I did it
help you get
for
through that
many
process.
years, man.
See what I'm saying? You can scale those years back.
Absolutely,
A
man.
lot
And you know
of
what?
people
That's
try to
actually how, Dave, you'll find this interesting, maybe even funny. That's how I convinced my wife to free up the extra money to pay for sleepless nights. My
That's
wife
important.
just lost over 100 pounds, and like no joke,
Yeah, I seen
and
that. That was
still
crazy.
killing it,
I
still
seen that.
killing
That was
it.
crazy.
So she when she hit the 50, 60, kind of 70-pound mark, she kind of plateaued, and so she got a trainer. And she always says that she wouldn't have been able to get to the next level had she not had that extra push. And I looked at her, I said, babe, we've been grinding it out here for a while, started the business, we wrote the book, and I said, I really feel like I've plateaued. I've hit a mark where, for the past couple of years, we've reached the same financial goal, and I'm like, I want to pass it. I want to pass that ceiling. So I said, I need a trainer. Just like you needed a trainer to lose the extra weight that you wanted to get, I need a trainer to double, triple, quadruple our revenue for this particular business, and so that we can grow beyond myself. And so that's why I found sleepless nights to be so important, so necessary. And man, just like I said, just within 1 month, for example, my consultation with Dave. Let me just put it on the blast. I was like low key kind of mad at the end of the consultation and kind of all up in my feelings.
That boy cold as ice.
Because I was like hoping he was gonna be like, Dave, you doing it, you killing it. I was like, he was
that ain't
like,
what coaches do.
No, it's not.
That ain't what coaches do.
Look, you need to stop doing this and stop doing that. And so of course, like for the first 5 seconds, I was like low key in my feelings, but then I was like, no joke, literally like an hour later, my wife told me the exact same thing. And I was like, man, they're right. And so it may not be what you want to hear, but it's what you need to hear to get to the next level. Nobody's out there grinding it out in the gym and their trainer's like, I need you to give me an extra 20. Of course, their body's like, no, I don't want to do it. But, Dave's like, yo, you got to put in the extra effort. You got to put in the extra phone call, send the extra email, or stop doing this and do this. So that's why I saw a need for it. And I'm pretty sure most of our listeners out there would benefit from that as well. Absolutely. Anything you want to contribute or add to that?
Oh, yeah, man. It's just community. Certain flowers won't grow in certain environments. So you probably have what it takes. You, the listener, whoever's listening right now, but you're just in the wrong environment. You just can't grow that way. So we got 3 calls a week where we're giving solid information every single week, right? And the community of people that are moving in the same direction. If you are wanting to be a speaker and you hang around a bunch of people that are striving to be speakers, you'll learn a little something about speaking, and on a regular basis, you'll be moving a lot faster, right? If you want to be an author in that same environment of authors, you'll at least think about writing a book. You'll start jotting some stuff down. If you hang around a bunch of cokeheads,
man,
even if you don't smoke coke.
The white horse.
What if you want to be a speaker, but you're hanging around like clowns, like Krusty the Clown?
You'll probably put on that red nose.
But you're trying.
So your environment will change you before you change it.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like it just influences you. So I don't care how deep of a New York accent you have, you go to the South for long enough.
Oh yeah.
You'll say, "Shawty gonna slip out." Once or twice.
Or come to Texas and
you
gonna start saying y'all. You gonna start saying y'all a couple of times.
Ain't nothing you can do about it.
You can't.
Right? So Sleepless Nights is that community of people who are all moving in the same direction where you can grow. Yep.
Man, hands down, man. So I'm excited. We're already experiencing a little bit of growth just based on the one consultation I've received, and definitely looking forward to fine tuning, sharpening things up, and taking DJS Entertainment to the next level.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying?
After that first call, you had to make some cuts.
Yo, right? Man, I'm not even gonna go into the specifics, but I'm just gonna let you know it wasn't easy, man. Yeah. It was tough. Like I said, I was in my feelings. But somebody who really wants to go there, you got to take that pruning, and that's what you need. And the Bible says he disciplines those he loves. Not to say that David loves me. I'm sure he does. But, even God does it. You know what I'm saying? So let's end with this because I got to get to the airport.
Right.
This is a very rare.
For the airport, he probably hang out another day at least.
Most stuff.
Hey.
You got something to do tomorrow?
Yes.
Brandon, let's just start talking about stuff. So, Brandon, so I want to interview you real quick. So, what was your day like? You know what I'm saying? Like, when you woke up this morning.
First, he woke up and met me at the airport. Late, by the way.
Brandon's late?
Yeah, he was late.
Brandon's always late. A little bit.
A little bit.
I wasn't cold.
Not heavy late.
No, it wasn't heavy late.
It's gonna be a minute or two.
Brandon's gonna be a little late.
A little bit.
That's how you get down. You gotta love him for who he is.
2 or 3 minutes.
But them videos gonna be on point though.
Oh, for sure.
Them videos gonna be on point. The shooter himself.
You can't have everything. You got to take the good with the bad. You got to take the good with the bad. I don't know.
Your your strengths. On time is not one of my brother's jokes.
But we finished the job today, and we wouldn't have been able to do it without Brandon. Like everything in here, like we all came together, made it happen. So the sounds that come out of this eComplex are gonna be phenomenal. And I'm not
absolutely.
just, I'm just saying, y'all look good. Y'all, got Sleepers for Suckers, the fashion, design. I just want to make sure y'all sound good. That's all.
We appreciate it.
So, but before we go, guys, Dave, Brandon, answer this first, man. What, like right now, man, after all the success that you guys have been accumulating and the success that is on the horizon, what are you most grateful for right now?
Oh, man. Look at your wife. Of course. Well, that goes without saying. Of course.
What is that? What is that?
our family. Of
It
course,
be
you know,
sounding
my
good when you
wife,
say it, though,
my daughter,
especially when your wife
you know
is
what I'm
behind
saying?
you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
like-
my wife is here. She's actually my wife. So my wife's in the building. My wife goes to me like everywhere I go, right? But
She gave me the biggest hug when I got here too. Like I reached out to shake her hand, and she grabbed my hand and pulled me in.
Oh, she
And,
definitely
like,
a thug.
Yo,
She's
she hugged
definitely a
me, and I was
thug.
like,
Okay.
like there's a happy vibe in this place
Right.
now. Like,
For sure.
She's a happy thug. If you ever seen an excited thug, that's her.
Nah.
Yeah, I'm grateful for meeting David, man. Michelle is the one that's my wife. She's the one that actually like kind of just gave him the approval and just say, look, whatever you want to do, just go out there and do it. If you want to go meet David, you want to go to the mall because he works at Cumberland Mall. She said, look, you want to go to Cumberland Mall, just go do it. I said, okay, I'm there.
Yo, that's what's up, Dave,
Rest was
man.
history.
What about you, man? What are you most grateful for right now, man?
I mean, I got a whole bunch of most gratefuls, but I guess we talk about, in terms of like business and, things that are moving right now. My two partners, Brandon, who's here right now, and
Yes,
Janae, who's like really like my right hand, my headache.
Probably
You know what I'm
upset.
saying?
She's probably upset right now.
Oh, for
that
sure.
we're over budget. She doesn't know. She doesn't know yet.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. And she
And Janae, it's not my fault that we over budget though. Yeah, I kept them in budget.
Yeah, I think she's like the glue to this whole thing that we doing, man. Even when me and Janae is beefing, Brandon's the one in the middle telling jokes, like
Yep, I can
trying
tell.
to make everything okay.
Yeah. Oh man, I'll be doing the most foolishness. Like it's never serious to me.
Tomfoolery.
For sure.
Never
Nah,
serious.
but I'm appreciative that I have two people who are like in the fight. You know what I'm saying? Like for so long, I've been in the fight with myself, right?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
you have some people that are there for a season, and I'm just praying that this season lasts forever.
Oh
you know?
yeah, most definitely. Like nah, the
glad
season
you
ain't gonna
mentioned
last forever, but there will be a new season.
Oh,
There will, and then there will be another season after that, and it's just gonna continue to build, continue to grow.
Yeah.
I'm excited to be a part of that as well, man. One more thing before we go. I know I said that was the last thing, but in true Baptist
You're a
pastor
preacher, right?
preacher,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. You
Yeah.
got to keep it going.
Yeah.
So as I come to a close,
Going past that
my third
collection plate
close.
around.
one thing I want y'all to know, y'all can't see this, but Dave is like covered in paint, right?
Yep.
And from head to toe, he came in and he was looking pretty decent when we first started,
Right.
but now he's literally like covered in paint, shirts drenched, pants drenched, hands dirty. That's why I love being a part of this crew, is because from the top down, folks aren't scared to get out there and get their hands dirty.
Yep.
I snapped a couple pictures when he wasn't looking of him actually getting his mud work on.
Wow. Yeah.
He's an official, what is the term? Like a mudder?
Mud worker.
A mud worker.
I'm a mud
like,
worker.
David is a leader server, a server. What is it?
Servant leader.
Is that
tell
what
me,
it is?
Yeah, man. Tell me about that
As a
before we
leader,
go.
I like to be served, baby. You know what I'm
That's-
saying? I think that's what. Is
Is
that
that what
where you going?
That's not
Is
where
that
I was
that
going.
what it- Okay.
That's
Oh,
not
my
where
bad.
I was
My bad,
going.
my bad.
That sounded good though.
A lot of times when you think about management, you think they are your leaders, but your leaders is somebody like Dave, ones who's ready to get down with you. If you're a personal trainer, they're doing the push-ups with you, things like that, man. So that's one of the great characteristics that Mr. Shands has.
Man, absolutely, man.
I said Mr. Shands like he's like 60.
I know, right?
You know,
Granddaddy.
man.
Nah, I think one of my greatest fears is that one of my partners will outwork me.
Yeah, hey, straight
'Cause
up.
then if they outwork me, they don't need me.
There you go.
So
I'm definitely gonna let you win. You got it.
You can take the win on that
Yeah,
one,
you
man.
go.
so I don't ever want to be. I don't want anybody to ever say, "Yo, David ain't work."
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't want anybody to say, "Yo, oh, he had it easy." No, I work
He had it easy.
regardless. So
Hands down, hands
What's that?
down. Well, guys, there's so much more that I could literally ask, and so much more that I feel the world could benefit from. But you got to go to sleepisforsuckers.com. Is that the website?
yeah,
That's it?
no sleep.
David-
Well, I got a lot.
Okay, so
First off, all right, hold on, Brandon. Let me get all this out,
all right,
okay?
all
Y'all ready?
Come on, here we go.
So, sleepisforsuckers.com with the number 4. Get your gear, get your book. You can also go to Dreams Are Built Overnight and get the Dreams Are Built Overnight book. You can go to Sleepless Nights Coaching, Nights with a K, Sleepless Nights Coaching, to join the coaching program. Sleepless 19. We got Sleepless 19.
Yep, for
If your
teenagers. For
kid,
the
your teenager wants to be
Yep.
an entrepreneur, the
David?
eComplex, ATL, eComplex ATL, is it?
is that how?
eComplexATL.com. DavidNeverSleeps.com.
Look, I'm gonna help y'all out. Google David Shands and click on the first link that pops up. Like straight
the first thing we're gonna need y'all the book date for speaking engagement. Then if you do that,
they talking about Shands. They talking about Shands right now. Yeah. They talking about David Shands.
David Shands.
Okay,
yeah.
You can book me later.
We might do the David tour. You never know.
Dave.
We just gonna have y'all go in this order. After you're booking for the speaking engagement, then you got to buy a shirt first. Booking for the speaking engagement. Join Sleepless Nights. Let your kids join. Buy a book somewhere in between there, and then you'll be able to cover all the websites.
There you go, man. There you go. Guys, man, appreciate y'all for letting me set up in 15 minutes or less and hang out with y'all.
You're definitely a ninja.
I'm just saying.
You definitely. Can we talk about this suit right here? He got on all gold everything. DJ Dave got on all gold everything.
I'm trying to be like y'all, man.
Dripping gold. Good. You ever seen my dripping gold?
Yeah. Lil Wayne. Paul Wall, baby. Super Bowl grills. Anyway, guys, thank y'all once again, man, for coming through. I appreciate you enjoying this free lunch with me, Dave, Brandon. Thank you for toting me around ATL all day long. I ain't know where I was, but, babe, I'm coming home safe and sound. And you can thank Brandon for that. Anything you guys want to add before we bounce?
Yeah, man. I just anybody out there, like, you have a dream. I used to work at the Cheesecake Factory as a server, and went from that to doing some pretty cool things, and we're gonna do some more amazing things. And I used to think, when I was just a server, that I don't know, like, you have to have a certain network or a certain skill or a certain ability to be successful. And I never saw somebody go from, a regular job to, like, being a full-time entrepreneur and doing some big things. I never saw it. So I'm just trying to encourage everybody here. I don't care where you are. I dropped out of college 3 times. How many you do, Brandon?
Twice.
Two. So we
okay,
dropped out.
I'm a part of the club, too.
We dropped out of college 5 times.
I dropped out like 3 or 4 times.
Oh, cool. Oh, yeah.
Hey, I finally finished, though.
For sure.
Took me 12 years to get my 4-year degree. Sound familiar?
Sound real familiar. Yeah. For sure. Well, actually, so I started 2002, and if I get my degree in like 4 more years, that'd be
like
30 years.
That's like 20 years.
30-something years to get a 4-year degree. So, but I just want you to know, like, whatever the dream is, it's possible and I know it's possible because somebody in your similar situation got to where you want to go. So it's possible. Somebody else did it. It's possible. So that's all I got for you, man.
That's it, man. It is possible. We are here once again live ATL at the eComplex. My main man, David Shands. Yeah. And, of course, the homie, the shooter, Brandon.
Yeah.
I think that's what we're going to do. No, pew, pew, pew.
We need the little DJ
shooter?
horns. We need the
pew, pew.
Oh, the shooter? No, we got to have a silencer on it, like.
Michelle,
okay, I'm with that. I'm with the little silencer. I like the little silencer.
Like
no
James
pew.
Bond.
You don't even know I'm
so
coming.
y'all ain't trying to get with the pew.
No. They got a little revolver.
That's the little Star Wars lasers. Man, we out. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Dave the DJ. You are rocking with Metamorphosis, the power to change. Let's get it.
Pew.